Happy weekend to you. A few updates or things that I wanted to share here over this weekend. It's January 25th as I'm recording this on Saturday. I should have this video up and out Sunday morning, my time. So let's first start with the Onvo L60, as I do believe we could have surprising and positive numbers to the upside this week, reported on Tuesday for and from Onvo with the L60 on the insurance registration side of things. This is from a new Onvo L60 owner as of January 24th, 2025. It only took 3 days from ordering a car, applying for a loan, billing insurance, picking up the car, getting the registration, applying for subsidies. It was absolutely amazing. This is a level of efficiency and the focus on the user by NIO as a company with its brand and the sub brands coming out. If they offer the same type of service and products, I just think this company is a big winner into the future. And maybe not surprising that some folks are really concerned about just how disruptive in a positive way this company can be and how many sales it can take into the future. But how about this? I mentioned this because over Chinese New Year, I said that NIO might have an increase in revenue from all the swapping that would be going on with people traveling back to visit their hometown and to be on the highways. And here it was as of, or on January 23rd, I should say, just that day alone, the number of NIO's battery swaps exceeded 100,000. NIO has deployed over 3,000 battery swapping stations across the country. Now, for those who don't know or missed it in a video, and maybe I'll link the video in case you missed it, I shared the tweet about that. Onvo, with the new owners of Onvo, they were giving out free swaps over Chinese New Year, but that only represents, well, less than 25,000, probably 20 to 25,000 of the total vehicles that are in the, I guess if you want to call it, the entire fleet of NIO. The number of NIO and Onvo sales together cumulatively is over 670,000, meaning the majority of the vehicles that are on the roads are not only NIO, but they are also not getting free battery swaps. So I'm very curious how this revenue is looking. I wish I had access to it, but we'll just have to wait and see what NIO shares with us with respect to that in the future. And then we've also got this. It is reported that the second model of NIO for Onvo has completed the trial production. Another Onvo vehicle coming. This is going to be fun to watch, the production and the ramp of Onvo, and to see if NIO can even meet the demand in China, much less get the Onvo vehicles out, those models out and abroad. I know they want to do that, but I'm wondering if Firefly isn't going to be sort of the game changer for the global market, especially not knowing what tariffs are going to look like. But let's talk about this. This is the big picture. This is PV, so passenger vehicle model retail volume. This is for the entire year of 2024, and this is the high-end price range. Note the blue represents gas or ICE sales, those vehicle sales. The orange represents NEV, so like an EREV hybrid essentially, and the green represents battery electric vehicle sales. This is one of the things I've talked about, but I don't know how many people realize that the market EV penetration into the battery electric vehicle side of things is still heavily on the side of ICE or gas sales. And it is reflected right here in these numbers, which is why I wanted to point this out. NIO is ranking with a couple of their models, but it's still pretty early with this slow piece of the market to move over the sub-segmented piece of the market, the BEV. And if you want a comparison, and I'll drop all this in the links in the description as well, so you can check it out for yourselves. You know, this is just on the BEV side of things. And yes, NIO is dominant in this price range, the 300,000 RMB price range and above. They do have a little bit in the ET5 touring side of things. And then, of course, Onvo is going to be ranking here. Later on, we'll see Firefly ranking. But again, I think, you know, the big thing, and the way I'm looking at this and thinking about this is with NIO truly being a premium brand and now coming out with the more affordable brands, Onvo, you know, the sub brand, and then Firefly, another sub brand. I think this is still something to watch moving forward. I will certainly keep an eye on it because there is obviously clearly more market in that 300,000 RMB price range and above within that sub-segmented, you know, BEV battery electric vehicle part of the industry that NIO can still take. And so that is something I will be tracking. I'll continue to look at that moving forward into the rest of the year. And then beyond, it's crazy. I can't wait for the NIO stock price to take off again. I don't think we're too far from seeing the clear uptrend and or reversal, as Laser would say. Shout out Laser. But at the bottom of the screen, I will keep it there. The three things that I'm watching with respect to the short-term stock price action for NIO, and I will remove them eventually when I feel like we're finally in a clear uptrend with the stock price. Until then, I will continue to monitor them, and we should get more updated data that I will talk about in the next week or two. And I'll do sort of follow-up along with my observations and thoughts with what we've seen recently, on the side of NIO stock. I do think that sentiment might be about to shift too. So anyway, just some of the things I'm thinking. Have a great weekend. I'll be back with more content before you know it. See y'all again very soon.